Business communication. Business communication plays a very important role and a strong determination for the success of the organization. Good communication often manages for the several roles and it helps for having and carrying the good role. It is the prefer for getting the promotion and also for articulation of our ideas with our the seniors in a well fashioned way. The focus of this is for understanding the importance of the communication, business communication rather, the various ways which we can have for the effective communicating our business ideas with the seniors, with the team, with the managers, and other colleagues for helping the development of our self as well as for the organization's growth, and this helps in getting the good communication being done in a better fashioned way. Well, we are covering the several areas as follows. The table of the content for the discussion is as below. Here we are going to understand the several things covering the learning objective, the summary, the different context. For a thing, we are going to proceed with the following. Communication. As you know that communication is possible when there are two or more persons involved, and for the effective communication there are several strategies which we are going to discuss for our betterment. This communication model is useful, and also I am going to suggest you about the common mistakes which we are require to avoid, the do's and the don'ts, the mistakes at the sender, receiver, and both the parties, and can sometimes cause the communication effectively. Then we are also going to understand the source is the point from where the message has been originated. We are also going to cover the ways the sender structures the messaging in an encoding way. This is very important because you know that as a communication is between the two persons, the listener as well as the informer, well, the receive both the persons are equally important. Not only the thing that only one person is plays a very important role, because if I am going to speak and if the opposite person is not going to have that much understanding or that much caring or that much attention to what I am saying, so it will affect the communication, it will misgap the communication, and somewhat it may also affect the way we end our time. So we are also going to understand the different channels, such as we are going to cover several ways. We will understand it in a better way in our couple of hours. It will be helpful for the communication at the sender's intent. We are also going to cover exactly what exactly the decoding means and how exactly it will be useful at the receiver end. Effective decoding incorporates the silence of the mind. It also helps in clarifying the questioning, the paraphrasing, the summarizing the several content. Sometimes there is a different way which affects the cause the communication, which we say it as a loud voice or the noise. So this noise is the physical or the otherwise which lacks the clarity in understanding, or it causes the disruption in the communication. There are several ways which are important for having the good conversation. This like one speaker at a time, so on. We are also going to cover about the understanding of the messages, how the conversation should be kept so that it will be helpful for giving a true, relevant, and adequate along with the clarity in the communication. We are also going to understand the 7 C's of the communication, which are clarity, second, conciseness, third, concreteness, fourth is the coherence, fifth, we can say about the courtesy, the sixth is the completeness, and the seventh but not the last is the correctness. We are also going to cover here the clarity of the message, which is very important and it's useful for written communication. We are going to understand the different ways like letters, reports, minutes, so on in this presentation. We are also going to present in a different way for ensuring that the clarity in the written way which is useful, having the good communication effectively and avoiding the don'ts. And I'm sure we are also going to cover about the IDA model. What is IDA model? It is basically having the attention. We are going to speak in an interesting way. We are going to deliver our ideas. We are going to desire and actionize the things for having the written communication in an effective, soothing way. These are all important, and we are going to understand all these things in this. We are also going to cover the different written communication ways, such as, you are interested? Okay, we will cover it. Such as the letters, the emails, the reports, the minutes of the meetings, what are the do's and don'ts. We are also going to touch base about the legal documents, what are the prerequisites and how we should effectively write them. We are also going to understand about the press release with effective meetings which are characterized. We are also going to cover about the objectives which we are going to have in this written business communication, along with the user time, how we can use those user time in an effective way with the process of the understanding and so on. So this is basically the table of the content what we are going to cover. I hope this is interesting. It will help all of us to understand how, what mistakes which we were doing, what should we do, and how we can improve our business communication and to be have effective communication in the place. We communicate many times in the organization. We also communicate many times with our colleagues, peers, relatives, families. But is that communication an effective communication? Haven't you found that sometimes when we speak, we are unable to express our ideas, our thoughts, our beliefs, our customs to the another person? Sometimes it may even happen that we are just speaking, but our understanding, our communication doesn't understand to the opposite person who is hearing. Why is it so? Are we not having the proper effective communication? Is our English not proper? We don't have the proper content to speak? Why is it so? Well, it is rightly said that an effective communication and having understanding, just a plain communication, are different. In a world, it is important to have a nice conversation. Gone are the days when it was like a communication was just a nice thing to have. We now operate in a world where having a good communication is very important, and having an effective ways in delivering the understanding to the opposite person, to the listeners, is a very important, and it helps to succeed in our professional as well as the personal life. Here we are, like, the single biggest problem in the communication is that the illustration that is taken place. Communication, as you know, is a two-way process. Whenever we are speaking, it is important that the opposite person, that is the listener, is understanding it. And whenever the two-way process is not complete, the communication gets down. So, we are going to understand how the communication process works and how we can make it an effective. So, for that, we are going to understand the communication model. So, here we can see that there are several ways, like the sender is there, the receiver is there, and sometimes there is an external factors which affects in delivering the proper way, the conveying proper ideas to the opposite person, and that is because there is something which affects, and that is the noise. So, should we speak in what tone is also very important. Also, there are several ways like encoding, decoding. We are going to understand what exactly are this. This is the model basically which suggests that a communication failure can happen at the sender's end as well as the receiver's end. So, this is not only the way that only one party is responsible or is important. It is a two-way process. As you know that whenever we clap, the clap cannot happen by just one hand. There are two hands. Then only we can clap. Similarly, when we speak something, we as a person who is the speaker cannot speak effectively until the audience listens to him and in an effective way. There should be no distraction. The objective of the communication is to get your message across to others in a clear way and for getting the desired action or the results. So now we are going to understand and we are going to look at each of the important elements of the communication model. So here there are several ways which are important elements such as the sender or the source. Well, the sender is the person from where the message is basically being originating. Unless there is a sender, that is he or she comes with this idea with the process of communicating, this process can affect or can affect. Effect is something either it can be in a good way or at a neutral or a bad way. So sender is a very important and communication starts from him. So start thinking about what objective is required in an our message to deliver and what actions, what kind of responses which as a sender seeks from the audience is very important. Second is the encoding. Here we are understanding and we are covering in order for making the ideas, that is the messages, in a very fashion meaningful way which is comprehensible. The sender of the message must use the words as well as the techniques which will be able for the recipients to understand. For this to happen, the message must be effectively structured in a logical fashion and needs to have a brief and crisp in communicating. Then is the channel. As you know that there are several channels which we are available, like there can be a face-to-face communication till a written letters report. What kind of communication is effective in what way, we are going to cover it soon. But understanding that the proper and choosing the right communication channel is very important for creating the consistency between the sender's intention, the characteristics, the features, the messages, and the for the target audience. Here we can see that these are some of the channels. Like we can have face to face when two persons speaks upfrontly. So this is the most richest channel because there is a personal touch in between the two person, the sender and the receiver, the two parties in a communication, and they meet each other. So when we meet each other, it is effective way of communicating our ideas, expressing our thoughts, our beliefs in front of the others. Also, it is a good as well as the richest channel because it helps and is the best for emotional, ambiguous, and a long difficult messages which we cannot have effective way delivering in the form of the letters or the reports. Second is the personal interactive, that is the phone. Tring 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 tring. Whenever we calls to the other person, we we mixes the personal touch, and in the audio call we cannot understand the way we communicate, and the expression of the other persons are equally matching. When we meet, we understand uh, the eye contact, the eye expressions, the way the other person's expresses when we are talking, whether that person is really understanding. It is not possible in a much way when we are having the phone conversation. With the email is something in which we draft the long content in a email way. Sometimes it may even happens that email, as you know, is to be written. It is not having effective time for the sender of the email in writing each and everything in a brief way. And sometimes he or she may be of the different thoughts which are not able to understand by the opposite person who is expressing his or reading that email. So these are some of the channels. Again, a voicemail. Whenever we calls, and if that call is not being received by the person, sometimes it may go to the voicemail. You speak after the beep, but sometimes it may not be received, or it may be not be heard by the other person who has to receive that proper communication. And sometimes it is an listeners channel, that is the best for the routine, clear or simple messages. So sometimes it is, we say that on the voicemail, or we record our voice that please call to other person, or are we meeting. We cannot have the big messages here. Along with the impersonal static, that is the letter and the report. Letter and report are the formal ways, but sometimes it is not the only the best communication, and what compared with the face-to-face communication. So these are for the best for the routine, clear and simple messages. Decoding. Decoding is an effective decoding is a very important for the receiver of the message, for listening actively and clarifying their understanding by questioning. Sometimes questions are asked by the opposite person who is intended to receive the communication which is being started by the source or the sender. Here are some of the strategies for having the effective decoding, such as silence, shant. It is one of the first thing for active listening is to be silent, both physically, mentally, and willingly, and ready for the recipient in understanding the sender communication or the way we communicate is very important. So sometimes silence plays a very important role in understanding the message, understanding the content, what the person who is speaking is wants to inform us. Secondly is the questioning. Asking the question, confirming that your understanding of the message can greatly impact the communication. You can use either closed questions or the open questions depending on the situation. So, this is again a good for understanding the person's communication in an effective way and clarifying it. Clarification is very important in order for understanding the message in a better way, or you can have the mirroring in order for the clarification. This means that you can repeat the key words or the paraphrasing the communication for understanding. Sometimes it may be possible that our way is different from what we are being informed. So sometimes repeating the important things is also very important. So do you mean that, or as per myself, as per me, this is the way, is this the right? So it will be able for the both the parties in effectively and mutual understanding, and there is no much gap between the two. Paraphrasing. Paraphrasing involves using the other's word for reflecting what the speaker has to say. It is important and it shows not only that we are listening, but it is an attempt for understanding what the speaker wants to say. Summarizing, finally you can use the summarizing to give the order and the structure for the idea for conveying. While decoding the messages, it is very important to take into account the non-verbal cues. So are some of the ways which we can decode the message of the speaker. Silence, keep quiet, understand what exactly the other person wants to say, so that it will be possible for listening to the opposite person who is speaking. Secondly, questioning. Sometimes we have some questions in the mind. You might be having the question that asking the question is the right way, what other person might feel. Sometimes you may even be feeling scary in understanding what exactly the other person wants to speak or want to convey. So instead of having the questioning and being confused, we can have this kind of decoding, or whatever the questions are there, we can ask the person. Clarifying, another very important thing. Sometimes it is not possible for understanding the other person, and this is the most important thing in communication effectively. In order for understanding the message in a better way, we can mirroring to understand and to clarify our doubts, our difficulties in understanding. Paraphrasing, as you know, that we paraphrase the important words for reflecting what the speaker has to say. And finally, but not the least, the summarizing. Here we summarizes in order for having a structure in idea conveying. So it will be useful for us to have the effective decoding, understanding the messages, so on. Sometimes there are the factors which affects the communication. So here we can see that there is a noise. Noise is something which is over and about the required tune that is required for an effective communication. Noise can be either, it can be a physical noise at any time of the communication, or could be a noise that is being created or caused by the confusing of the messages. Sometimes the noise is something which is being creating the lackness in effective communication, or there is a clarifying is much more required, and sometimes we misses it. Poor choice of the communication channel. As you know that we have seen the different ways of the communication channel and what is suitable, we have to decide it, we have to determine it, and we have to understand whether is there any biasness which may create, which may miscommunicate, or which may spoil the communication. We also have to respect the cultural differences, else it is creates a noise if we don't do so. Also, we have to understand whether the recipient persons is able to understand, else it may be creating that the person is just speaking and without understanding what the other persons, or whether they are understanding really or what exactly. So we have to check what kind of knowledge which is required for effective communication plays a very important role. When we speak, we also have to how or get the feedback. This feedback is important because sometimes it may be not possible for us to effectively deliver the content in a positive way which is useful for the listeners in understanding it. So the absence of the feedback giving, or it can be the receiving of the feedback, can adversely impact communication. Thus, feedback is very important. It is critical component for the effective communication. Contesting. Contesting is also important in order for the messages to be structured effectively and in an order for receiving it positively. We need to take into account the personal background of the audience and the shared background, if any. So, contesting is very important as well as the communication model element. So, basically, what we do in the contesting, we try to see, or we try to structureize the message, the communication in an effective way so that it will be received positively. We also need to take into account the personal background of the audience and the shared background, if any. Thus, communication can break down if any of the above element is not organized effectively or properly. So these are the most important communication model elements we covered here: the sender, the encoding, the channel, the decoding, the noise, the feedback, along with the content. So I hope you understand them, as you can ask the different questions so that it will be able for moving further to the different things, and we can proceed. I'm sure we will learn many things from this is going to be spread across the several sections, several ways, and even if you start implementing it, even I'm implementing, so even if you start implementing, it will be really great for all of us, and I'm very much be thankful if you understand, if you share your valuable feedback, so that it will be important for me to improve as well as to connect with you to try to resolve your questions, as well as to stay in tune for our future courses.